Hey guys, welcome back to Daily Duels, and welcome to the final April 2014 ban list talk. So just like what we did previously in January, I think it was Daily Duels episode 170, so wow, this is episode 240, so 70 episodes later, we are coming back again, and I will be discussing all of your guys' comments personally, and pretty much giving you guys my opinion on various matters, and, uh, you know, pretty much shaping up what I think the ban list will be, and my ban list prediction coming up this Saturday, so look forward to that. So, before I get started, the first thing I want to say is, thank you guys for 800 subscribers. I don't know what to say. I wasn't even sure if I was even going to make it to 800. Now, you guys are probably saying, like, you're a little bit above 800. I like to wait a little while before I say anything. I don't want to be like, as soon as I get to 800, say anything, and then I lose those subscribers. But I feel comfortable enough to say that thank you for getting me to 800. I was not at 800. I think I was at like 798 before I took my week break, and after my week break I hit above 800. Didn't want to say anything yet. I was like maybe like 803, but the week since I've come back has just been a great week for me. I've been really enjoying being back, entertaining you guys, and I've gained a nice grip of subscribers. So all those who are new to my channel, welcome. So for those of you who are new to this thing, I put a video on my channel pretty much allowing people to comment and have me talk about whatever card they want me to talk about on this upcoming ban list. And I like to do my ban list early. I like to be one of the first people to get my ban list prediction out on YouTube. So I always put mine up on the first of the month. So I wanted to go ahead and get your guys' opinions on what cards you guys should think should get hit, and I also wanted to, see if I missed anything on the list, anything that I was like, oh wow, I didn't think of that. But looking at your guys' comments, no, it doesn't seem like it. It seems like everything that you guys put as a comment didn't, jump or surprise me. No offense to you guys, but I was either like, yeah, I know exactly what I'm going to say for that, or, oh yeah, I already got that. So, no curveballs, so I'm going to just jump right into it. I'm going to be giving everybody a shout out, whoever commented, and their links will be in the description. And it doesn't matter if you have a YouTube channel or not, I'm going to put your link in the description. So, yeah. So we're just going to start off. Before we start off, as you can see, there is duels going on right now. I am actually recording the audio before I record the duels, so, I have no idea what's going on in the duels yet, but this is more of a video where you can just sit, relax. You don't have to watch the videos if you don't want to. I mean, I'm going to provide you duels with Lightsworns, but you can just, sit back and relax and just listen to what I have to say. Do your homework or something. So, let's get started. So, first comment is by Stanzi87. You guys know Stanzi. He's one of my friends. He also has a series that he tags with me called Striving with Stanzi on Friday, so you'll see that video tomorrow. And his link will be in the description, of course. He commented and said, Judgment Dragon, Michael, Lightsworn Arc, and 101 Arc Knight being limited. Alright, lots of people are saying Judgment Dragon. I think I got a couple of comments saying JD should be at 1. And personally, game mechanic wise, I'd be gun-ho for it. Yeah, Judgment Dragon's a stupid, idiotic card that takes no skill. Just drop a JD, wipe it, and just win. And it shouldn't be at 3. Do I think it's going to get hit on the list? Definitely not. With this upcoming structure deck, or whatever is coming up with the new Lightsworn support, of course they're not going to hit Judgment Dragon. That would be hurting their future profit. Maybe after the structure deck comes out and encapsulates it, maybe. But as of right now, as of the April 2014 ban list, I don't see it. Judgment Dragon's going to stay at 3, despite, the displeasure of him being at 3. Michael Lightsworn Arc, he's not even out yet, and we don't even have confirmation of when this structure deck is coming out. So therefore, I can't say that Michael is going to be, even addressed. I can't even say that Michael's going to be coming out, because we don't know when the structure deck is coming out for Lightsworns. And 101 Arc, I saw a couple people saying 101 is going to get limited, or thinks that should be limited. 101's not going to be limited, guys. 101 is pretty much one of Konami's cash cows in the set. So they're not going to hit that. They want you to buy multiple sets, pull multiple 101s, and, be I can't even think of the word, but just, they want you to spend money on that set. I forgot what that set was called. Legacy of the Valiant? Yeah. So, they're not going to hit. And, guys, I'm going to predict the future right now. And you're going to be like, wow, Daniel, in a couple, well, not even a couple months. 101 has a very high chance of being in the end year 10s. These generic, powerful Exceed monsters that everybody wants to get their hands on get an eventual reprint and are put in 10s. For example, Zen Mains, Diamond Dyer, Geargia and X, these cards, these Exceeds that people want, they're going to be in 10s. Therefore, I definitely think this end year 10 and 2014, I can see 101 being a super rare in the 10. Alright. He also said Abyss Sphere to 1. Yeah, I can see Abyss Sphere going to 1. I think probably to 2 would be more on Konami's radar, you know, putting it down to 2, but I can definitely see them putting it down to 1. You know, Mermails have always been just a really good deck since they came out. They've been out longer than Dragon Rulers, and they've been, you know, they were here before Dragon Rulers, they were here after Dragon Rulers, and they're still doing really well. And one of the key plays is Abyss Sphere. Putting down Abyss Sphere would be a decent hit. I would really like to see Abyssus be the one to get hit. I think Abyssus is much more powerful than Abyss Sphere. You know, especially since I use the deck in Daily Duels. I think I know Mermails. So, Abyssus, there's been times where I never get an Abyssus and I end up losing the duel, getting close to losing. Well, Abyss Sphere, you know, that's hit or miss. It's a good card to start off with, but as the duel progresses, Abyss Sphere starts getting, you know, least and least good, especially when it comes to how many Lins you have in the deck. But Abyssus, he's the one that puts in the work. So I definitely think that Abyssus should be the one to go down 1. But if they want to do Abyssus and Abyss for the 1, then go ahead, more power to you, Konami. Geargia Gear to 2. Yeah, I definitely think Geargia Gear will go down to 2. I even have it in my ban list prediction, spoiler alert, but that's what you get for watching and listening to this video. So pretty much through your guys' question, you can pretty much form my ban list prediction. So Geargia Gear, I definitely see going down to 2. It's a very powerful card. The reason why I probably wouldn't put in the same, well, actually on my list I'm actually putting it in the same boat as Abyss Sphere, in which they both go to 2, because you know, despite the decks both being good, you really can't say one is better than the other, because they both do very powerful plays. But Mermails have been topping much more than Geargia Karakuri. They've been existing. No, I think Geargia Karakuri actually came up first, so Mermails are arguably the better deck. The only thing that makes Geargia Karakuri decent is that they can run a ton of back row, but Mermails can run Royal Decree fairly easily, so you know, the matchup's not the best, especially if the Mermail players get the Royal Decree. But I definitely see Geargia Gear and Abyss Sphere going to 2. Fonzie also said Goyo Guardian coming back to 1. Reasoning for wondering on Goyo is Big Eye is legal in both lists, and unlike Goyo, you don't need to attack and can attack your opponent with their own monster. Goyo runs the risk of Mirror Force deeper than other traps that activate when a monster attacks, where Big Eye doesn't, plus level 6 sync is kinda lacking. Apart from HTS and Vulcan, there really is no decent one that's generic. Alright. First thing I'm going to say, and I say it every time, I maybe get some t-shirts made, evidence of abstinence is not the absence of evidence. Just because Goyo Guardian can get stopped by Mirror Force and Deep Prison doesn't make him a bad card, just because he has to declare an attack. You know, there will be a time where your opponent will whip out a Goyo Guardian, and they have no response to that, you know. Goyo Guardian is too powerful of a 6. 28 is way too high for a 6. You know, Konami has been producing these 6s lately, and they have been fairly good. You know, not on Goyo standards, not on Brownic standards, but HTS is good, Vulcan is good, and when you compare it to Big Eye, yes, it seems unfair, but you got to remember where, you know, Konami's trying to promote their money towards, right? Like, should we ban Big Eye? Well, no, because, let's see, our Dragon Rulers can make it, Harpies can make it, Mermails can make it, so we're still making money off of Big Eye. And if you guys didn't know, Konami is actually selling singles now, so we gotta take that into consideration. So Big Eye is still a decent cash cow. Also, Big Eye just recently got a reprint in that War of the Giants or something, Part 2. So definitely not gonna hit their new cash cow. But now, since that's already being said and done and sold, I can definitely see Big Eye going down to 1 as of now, as of this April 2014 ban list. But Goyo coming back, I doubt it. And the problem with, I know I get your guys' concern, and those two being on the same par and pretty much being the same card, except Big Eye being much more cheaper, is that our Konami is a vengeful and very angry Konami. And as of these last 2 lists, I've started to learn that when they don't want something to happen again, they will not allow it to happen again. Alright? Konami remembers, what Goyo was doing, hide your kids, hide your wife, because Goyo's gonna run them over and snatch them up, right? So, Konami, I doubt, is going to bring back Goyo maybe in a couple years, but I don't see it anytime soon, because our Konami is eventual. It takes our Konami a long time before they remove something off the ban. I mean, look, how long was Tsukiyomi on there? How long was Magician of Faith on there? It's gonna take a while, formats where you would think that some cards would get some decks would get some new cards from off the ban list, and they don't. What? Glad Beast got a new monster, and you would think, oh, well, Bastari would go up to 2, right? No, and I thought that too. Nope. How long was Plague Spreader at 1? Konami doesn't really move cards a lot. Konami is like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I don't see them doing this, So, sorry for all of you who are big Goyo fans. I mean, if Goyo gets unbanned, great, cuz I have one sitting up on my shelf. I can't remember which ban list it was, but it was one that was supposedly leaked and it had Goyo Guardian. I quickly bought mine for like $5 before it shot up to like $40. And like the same night, and then he didn't get off ban. So I mean I have him sitting on the shelf if he ever gets unbanned, but I doubt it. In which Peter Petrie said no, Goyo to 3, Big Eye to 1. Goyo needs to be strong enough to run over the opposing monsters to steal it, and needs to worry about back row. If you don't stop Big Eye on summon, your monster is their monster. Big Eye can steal 4K beaters, while Goyo needs to run over first. Though to be fair, Goyo does have an extensive amount of attack for its level. Then again, so do some normal 6 monsters. Once again, I said I don't see it. And you gotta really think about which one's easier to pump out. 2 7s? Forgetting about the decks that pump out 7s. 2 7s versus just a Synchro of 6. It's much easier to do a Synchro of 6. So, I definitely see Goyo staying banned. Now, the only thing that, can alter this is that Konami did say that they want to unban all the cards and check and see which ones are broken and which ones are not broken and which ones should stay on the list. So, in OCG, they got Cyberstein, we got Magician of Faith, so, they're just testing the waters. So, of course, on my ban list prediction, I will have cards, which I will, bring up about what they want to test out. And I just don't see Goyo. Now, if they want to, okay, but I personally don't see it. But, who am I? Alright, moving on. God, Stanzi, that was a lot. Alright, Alec Lee said, Fire King the whole archetype. I doubt it. Fire Kings have not topped at all. Yes, they are annoying. Yes, they are annoying as a structure deck. But I doubt, Fire Kings will get hit at all. I seriously doubt it. So we can go ahead and put that one to rest because they've done absolutely nothing. Rekindling. Oh, totally. I'm totally for Rekindling getting hit. I used to be almost every ban list. I always used to say Rekindling to 1 until I really sat down with my friends and we talked, and we decided that putting Rekindling to 1 would kill decks that really haven't done anything nor had the opportunity to really do anything, such as Laval's and stuff. Now, am I saying like, oh, because they haven't done anything yet, we should just keep Rekindling at 3? No, because Rekindling is one of those chokehold cards. There's a couple chokehold cards that kind of like put a vice grip on what Konami can and can't create. cards like Future Fusion and Return, which are now currently banned, kind of had a chokehold on what Konami could do. And Rekindling is another one of those cards where if they make another fire archetype, they gotta make sure that their D is not 200, or if it is, that they don't have any 2 broken plays with Rekindling. And Rekindling's already broken within itself. So I don't want to like punch that card Rekindling down to 1 before it's even done anything, but I definitely see 2. I would say 2. We'll put it at 2, test it, and if they start getting stupid with it, like a lot of the other mass summoning cards, Ultimate Offering, Return, you know, those cards aren't healthy for the game. Any card that allows you to summon an unlimited amount of cards is just stupid. So we'll put it at 2. We'll go ahead and see what it does. If it doesn't do anything, you know, we'll once again do the if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and just leave it at 2. And if it starts getting stupid, we can always just put it down to 1. Alec Lee also said JD. I already talked about JD. So, and Harpies, not putting Sign because it's crap. Sign is not crap. Sign's a decent card. It's kind of what the Harpy archetype needed. I wouldn't say that it's worth hitting. On my previous ban list where I did with J-Play, he's the one that wanted Sign there. I didn't even want Sign there. I think Sign is fine at 3. It helped with the consistency, and you know what, that's the one thing that Harpies have trouble with, is consistency. So that's not the card that I would want to look at with Harpies, but I'm not saying that Harpies aren't going to get hit at all. The card that I'm going to be looking at for Harpies is Party. Party, just like Rekindling, is one of those mass-produced summoning cards that's really stupid and really powerful. And probably one of the best cards in Harpies. I've been looking at a lot of the Harpy decks at top, and it's just 3 Harpies parties, 3 Harpies parties, 3 Harpy parties. And, of course, me using the deck myself on Daily Duels, I know how powerful Harpy Party can be. Especially since you can summon the card that you discarded. So, you activate Harpy Party, you discard a card, and you summon as many Harpies from the graveyard, right? But you can summon the card that you just pitched. Definitely the card that makes Harpy stand above is that card, you know. And really, there's nothing else really to hit in the deck, you know. You'd probably look at Sign, but no. You'd probably look at Channeler, but no. The only one that you can really point fingers at is Party, so I definitely think that Party will be limited to 1. Alright, moving on, we got Big Bird EGT, or I don't know. And you said Rekindling. I already talked about Rekindling. I said I think it's going to go to 2. If not at all, because generally Konami forgets about cards like that. But if I was working for Konami and I came up with the ban list, I'd put Rekindling 2. Alright, next we got my friend Jay. JV on. It's different. It's not J-Play, it's a different J. And he stated, I think 101 will be limited, don't you? I already talked about 101. No. 101's going to stay at 3. And like I said, I predict that 101 will be in your 10s. Alright, next we have Vason. It's not Vason, it's Mason, but then the second name is with a V, so Ventimiglia. Oh my god, change that last name, man. You said Tanki and Madolche Tiramisu. Alright, I'm gonna go backwards. Madolche Tiramisu, definitely not. Madolches have done nothing this format, and also Madolches are getting, Angeli in the next pack, so, and that's gonna be a secret rare. I'll put money on that. That's a secret rare. So why the hell would they hit on their next big secret rare cash cow? The deck of the secret rare cash cow. No. Tiramisu is gonna stay at 3. Sorry. Tanki. Alright. Know what you guys are thinking. There's a lot of decks that use Tanki. And this one will probably shut down a lot of them, of these upcoming ones, because I've seen a lot of this too. Decks that use Tanki, such as Fire Fist, of course, Fire Kings, Constellars, Boojins, Gladiator Beast, but which are all just good reasons to hit Tanki back down to 2 or 1. It was at 3, and then they put it down to 2, and they put it up to 3. But the reason why they put up to 3 is the reason why they're not going to take it down. The reason why they put up to 3 is to promote Boojins. Boojins are Konami's baby right now. That's their little baby. That's not their sugary cash cow. Their sugary cash cow is Noble Knights with all their secret rares and the new spellbooks. But Boojins are their babies. You know, pretty much Konami is going to pretty much keep on making cards for Boojins until they're good. So why would Konami hit Tanki, which obviously helps Boojins? So no, definitely not. Tanki's gonna stay at 3. Sorry guys. Next you got Shuya Seals. Says probably something for Boojins for me. I just said it. They're not gonna hit Boojins. There's Boojin stuff coming out in the next pack. You know, Primal Origins. You know, these new ban lists are pack by pack by pack. Each list goes to the next pack. So with this list, you gotta see the next pack, Primal Origins, and see what's in there and what they're trying to promote. They're trying to promote Boojins. There is Boojin stuff in there. So they're not gonna hit anything from Boojins because they want to promote Boojins. Hitting Tanki would hurt Boojins, so they're not gonna put that down. But there is another Tanki related card that I think will get hit, so I'll address that when I get to it. So next we got Super Bioman 100. He says, my guess is probably something from Heretics will get hit. I don't particularly know, but something should. And I agree. Out of all the decks that I've been doing research on, that one's kind of the the mysterious one for me, that I'm not completely sure on how well it is. All the other decks, I pretty much got a gauge of how well they're doing, but Heretics, people say that, the new Heretic Dragon Ruler deck is good, and, I think it was, oh my god, I forgot his name. Oh my god, this is embarrassing because he's a big guy. Hoban, yeah. Patrick Hoban, he topped with it, and a couple people topped with it, and it's been doing well, yes. But, does it warrant a huge hit? No, not really. It's topping, it goes up and down. But the reason why I think it will get hit is because it's gonna be like a smack in the face from Konami, just being like, warning, like, hey, stop it with the Dragon Rulers, move on, And I don't think that the Dragon Rulers are going to get banned. Like, I know I was looking at a couple of people's ban list predictions. They're like, all the Dragon Rulers banned. It doesn't warrant them being banned. They pretty much done almost nothing this format. It was more of the Heretics with the Dragon Ruler. So, more of Heretics just with Dragon Rulers splashed in it. Wasn't the Dragon Rulers themselves. Now, I'm not completely sure on predicting this one because I don't know the deck too well. But if I would say anything, I would have to say that Seal of Confiscation, that Searcher card, the spell card, maybe go back down to 2. That card was at 2 at one point, and then all of a sudden it went back up to 3, and I wasn't completely sure why it went back up to 3, but I could definitely see it going back to 2. Konami tends to hit cards that were already on the list instead of putting new cards on, so I definitely can see that card going down to 2, Konami testing it. Testing the waters, lowers the deck's consistency. They like to hit the consistency of the deck before hitting boss monsters. So the consistency of that deck, hitting that, lowering that just a little bit, see what it's doing then. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And if it needs to be put down lower, Konami won't be afraid to put that card down to 1. Alright. Moving on, we got 1992 91931. And he says, drag down to 1. Oh, I'm totally for that. I don't care what ban list it is. I will say drag down to 1 until it happens. Drag down to 1. Drag down to 1. Drag down to 1. There's no point. There's no reason why drag down should be at 3. Drag down is way too annoying to be at 3. 1, I'll put it in the same boat as, Final Countdown with 1 day apiece. Where you use it once, okay, you got it once. But these multiples of this card where, when used, generically it's a -1, each player gets to look into his hand, but when put in the hands of the decks, and generally, it's not broken cards, but decks that make it broken, no one really thought of return as anything, like, it'd pop up once in a while and be like, wow, that card's good, but it was never like, oh, return should be banned, but as soon as Dragon Ruler started using it, same thing. No one thought anything about drag downs. If Dark Rolls did not exist, oh, and I guess Fables too, but no one plays that. But if Dark Rolls did not exist, no one would give a shit about Dragdown. Some old ass card that's so dumb. No, because you neg one. No, but once you put it in the hands of Dark Worlds, that's when the card gets stupid. So definitely no. I don't think that card should stay at 3. Dragdown, please go down to 1. Please. And I will forever say it on every single ban list of prediction of mine until it happens. Maybe one of these days Konami will get on YouTube, look at some actual ban list prediction, see, and be like, oh, we totally forgot that. You know, Konami doesn't like when you look at your opponent's hand. I mean, think about all the other cards that you pretty much look in your opponent's hand. They're mostly banned. They're mostly banned. That pick a card out of your opponent's hand, mostly banned. I mean, you know, Mind Drain is, Mind Crash is a little bit different, so I can't put that on the same par, but definitely most of them are banned. So Konami doesn't like when you look in your opponent's hand. Very frowned upon. He also said Dracossack either banned or down to 1. Alright, let me clear this up right now. I don't think Dracossack's gonna get hit because Dracossack is the go-to 7. Similar to my argument with 101, I don't think he's going to get hit because so many decks like to go into Dracossack. You know, 101 is, Big Eye is situational, but Dracossack is always good. You know, mid-late game doesn't matter. Dracossack, make it. It's good, you know? So, with all these decks that can pump out Dracossack and people wanting these Dracosacks, I seriously doubt they're going to put Dracossack down to 1. Now, guys, hear me out here. If I predict this, you guys got to get me like 100,000 subs. Alright? What I say about go-to exceeds generic, these good ones. What do they get put in? They get put in these 10s. Alright? I can see maybe Konami doing maybe 101 and 110 and Dracossack in the other 10. That's super rare, so yeah. Yeah. So, why would they put down their go-to money cash cow? Because, you know, as long as Konami makes 7 decks, they're gonna always have Dracossack as, you know, in the deck. So they're gonna make money. And like I said, Konami does sell singles, so you know they can be selling that Dracossack and making that money. Alright, Big Eye probably down to 1. Yeah, I agree on that. You know, that's what Konami likes to do. It's a new thing that I've established with Konami America, and it's called Cash and Dash. I'm going to call it that now. Cash and Dash. It's where they do something, they make the money off of it, and then they hit it. They do it all the time. Look at Dragon Rulers. They made the cash, they hit it, then they dash. Look at perfect example right here. 6 cents. They release it. They got your money. They hit it. Big Eye, I think it's going to be the same thing. They gave you Big Eye. You bought it. They reprinted Big Eye. Some people bought it and got it. They're done with Big Eye. They could put Big Eye down to 1. Alright, we're done with it. Okay. So, I definitely think Big Eye, this is the time where Big Eye should be down to 1. Maybe some Boojin stuff. No. Like I said, no, not Boojins. They're still trying to make money off of Boojins. So, you know, just grit your teeth, because they're not done. And then you said, and Harpies might get something hit. Like I said, I think Harpies are going to get hit, and I think Party is going to go down to 1. Alright, moving on. We got Baby Gun and Run, and he says, I think Bear's going to get put to 1. I don't know why, it's just a feeling. And I agree with you. I totally agree with you. Like when I said Fire Formation Tanki going down, and I said no, you thought I was just like, oh, so you're just going to let Tanki Bay on 3 and you're just going to let Fire Fist go rampant and stuff? No. And Konami's definitely not going to do that. They're going to hit Bear. Bear, in my opinion, is the most powerful monster in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. Bear does everything. Bear destroys, he searches, he thins, he adds consistency. He's his own deck. That +1 Fire Fist deck wouldn't even exist if Bear wasn't at 3. And I was thinking at first Bear to 2, but after, you know, playtesting with 2 Bears, I definitely feel that Bear should be at 1. Now, would this kill the +1 Fire Fist deck? It would hurt them bad, really bad, like maybe to enough where they might put the deck down, but not completely dead. You know, we still got 3 Call the Haunted. You do have in Fire Fist 4 axes, you do have Dragon, which can revive Bear, but just being able to go, Tanki can get a Bear, Tanki get a bear. Tanki get a bear, because bear is obviously the best one. It's probably frowned upon in Konami. They don't want this Fire Fist deck being a more powerful Beast Warrior deck than their Cash Cow Bujins. So what better way to hit it than putting their best monster, bear, down to 1, while also being able to save their Tankis, you know? And then probably like, well, Bujin's already on run 1 bear anyway, so yeah, we'll do that and hurt Fire Fist, but still keep Bujins. So I definitely think bear will go down to 1. Maybe 2, but I think 1. Alright, next we have Wesley. And Wesley says JD to 1. Nope, I already said that. Mermails need to get hit somewhere. I think Abyssus most likely. If not Abyssus, what do you think of? This is straight off my banlist prediction. I think that they're probably going to put Abyssus down to 2. Test the water, see if it's still doing anything. If it's not, oh, I just said a pun. Get it, test the water. Shut up. Alright, put Abyssus to 2, see how it's doing, and if it's still continuing to be, you know, what it is, put it down to 1. But I'm thinking maybe, I'm starting to get a sore throat. I'm thinking maybe they're going to put it down to 1 just to copy off the OCG, but I don't know. But what I definitely think is going to go down is Abyssus. Abyssus is the 1. I think Abyssus should be at 1. I've been saying Abyssus the 1 for I don't even know how long. You know, people are like, oh, this needs to be hitting the deck. This needs to be hitting the deck. This needs to be hitting the deck. People are like, oh, Diva. No, it should be Lin. No, it should be Sphere. No, it should be Dragoon. And I was standing there raising my hand, and I'm like, Abyssus and Dragoons would be enough. Abyssus and Dragoon would be enough. You want to know why Mermail decks are still doing as well as they are today? Because of Abyssus. Abyssus is that good. You know? So by putting Abyssus down to 2 and Abyssus down to 1, I think that would be a decent enough hit for Mermails to still be decent. They'd have to change up their way that they ran, but definitely hit enough to warrant maybe being pushed back a little bit. Bear to 1, you know, yeah, I totally think that. I think a lot of you guys are smart with it, you're predicting that bear to go to 1. You know, just because Tanki's at 3, you know, they're probably going to keep Tanki at 3, just for Bujins. And you also said D Prison back at 3. Bombless, Blackhorn, Torrential, Warning are all faster. Not many players are even using D Prison because it's too slow. So why not back at 3? I don't mind it back at 3. Lots of people don't mind it back at 3. I don't even think D Prison's that good of a card this format. But you also got to keep in mind that our Konami is a vengeful Konami, and they're like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, you know, maybe a couple years from now, maybe like 2 years from now, they might put D Prison back up to 3. But they just recently put it down to 2, and I know they're not planning on bringing back heavy. I mean, at this point, I was full on heavy. I used to be, you know, pro heavy all the damn time, but I wish Heavy Storm was back. Now, I'm not so sure about heavy because of Magician of Faith, which I think, I'm gonna say right now, Magician of Faith stay at 1. You know, lots of people are like, oh, Magician of Faith didn't do anything. Let's put it up to 2. Let's put it up to 3. No. My problem with Magician of Faith is, yes, I know it's slow, but the problem with Magician of Faith is, what's the point of limiting spells if Magician of Faith is at 3? Like, 1, that's fine, that's cute. You use Dark Hole, you set Magician of Faith, you flip her up, you get Dark Hole, and you use it again. That's cute. Not Dark Hole, Magician of Faith, 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 Dark Hole. No. 4 Dark Holes? No. Literally, if they're going to put Magician of Faith up to 3, they might as well not even limit spells anymore at that point. So no. Stay at 1, Magician of Faith. But D Prison, if it gets put up to 3, I wouldn't care. A lot of people wouldn't care. I don't think D Prison's that good. I see people running D Prison in their deck, and I'm just like, it's so not a good card, this format. You know? You got aggressive decks who would jump the hell out of you and OTK you. What the hell is your little D Prison gonna do? And you think, oh, what about the decks that don't even summon that many monsters? The deck that don't summon that many monsters, the control decks, they usually set on 1 monster, and you're thinking, well, 1 monster, I can D Prison the 1 monster. The control decks, they run Lance. Lance blocks that D Prison, that 1 D Prison. Yeah. In my opinion, Mirror Force beats D Prison through and through. Punish the other extenders and get, you know, sure, the control players can block with that 1 Lance on their 1 monster, but the other monsters are going to get it. So, D-Person just not that good this format. I think I talked about it plenty of times, and I don't think it's that good. I don't even think it should be ran. I see people running D-Person over Fiendish Chain. I'm like, you're crazy. Fiendish Chain is way better than D-Person this format. But, you know, to each is their own. So, if D-Person goes up to 3, I guess. I mean, it would just hype up more people and get them to play more D-Person, so that would be kind of irksome, because D-Person's still an annoying card. But, you know, especially since Heavy gone, I doubt it. And the way that Konami is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, there's really no warrant for D-Person to go back up to 3, so I doubt it. Alright, next we got Midnight Prophets. You said FF Tanki / Bear. Alright, I already stated that. You know, Tanki's gonna stay at 3, and Bear's probably gonna go down to 1, maybe 2, but probably 1. Then we got my friend Jay again, Javion. They said, do you think they will make a new Archfiend cards for the, do I think Geargia is gonna get hit? Yes. Geargia, I think for Geargia Karakuri, that hit, I think it'll be similar to how Mermails are. You know, you hit the really good monster and then you kind of hit their deck searcher. So I think Gear will go down to 2, and I think, just like what I predicted on the last list, and definitely it's more strength in this list, I think Bure, yes, Bure, the 7 one, will go down to 1. I think that'd be a decent hit for Gear Karakuri. And, I think this is the last comment, and it said, by Jay again, and it says, since they seem to be pushing Dark and Light monsters again, what do you think? They'll make a new Chaos format? And, it's not really a Chaos format, you know? You're just getting random supports, you know, they're trying to balance out the deck, but there's really nothing that warrants this whole new creation of new Chaos format. I'm not seeing it, nor am I seeing it in this upcoming pack of Primal Origins, so sorry, you can get that out of your head, because it's not a Chaos format. You know, what Chaos, if it's a Chaos format, what Chaos decks have topped? Oh, right, nothing. So, yeah. No. Alright, so that's it, guys. I talked about it, so if you guys were paying a lot of attention, you could probably, you know, format my banlist prediction just based on what I said here in this video, and if not, I will of course be doing my banlist prediction on Saturday, so looking forward to it. So thank you guys for watching / listening. Thank you guys for all the support. Thank you for getting me to 800. You know, I'm gonna continue just producing all the content you guys enjoy. I have a lot of fun with this YouTube thing, and I will see you guys tomorrow with Striving with Stanzi, and be sure to watch my banlist prediction on Saturday, March 1st. Thanks for watching / listening. Also, if you guys have any other you know, cards that you want to discuss, go ahead and comment in the section below, and I will personally address all your questions and type out the explanation and what I believe and what I think. So once again, thank you guys for watching, thank you guys for all the support, and I will see you guys tomorrow.
Been a little while, but I'm still battling, moving fast while you just prattling. No time for me, no tangling. Hit you in the spot with no angling. A lot of anger in it. Flash rhymes, quarter with spangles. Add some sounds in the times. Wangles, 3 dots connect to rectangles. Just like music sounds connect and rambles. You can't run away. Hell nah, no man can run away. From me, I stay in hell, that's from me. It's demolition. Wiping over. Wipe out. I want gold. Until it's over. It's coalition. This is